I've been having a wonderful adventure through the Barossa Valley, where I not only get to sample some of the finest wine, I get to cook some of my favourites to go with it. Steak with pepper sauce, it's a pub classic, but instead of doing it with a steak, I'm going to show you my vegetarian version using beautiful field mushrooms instead of meat. So this is a wonderful dish because it comes with a lovely peppery, creamy sauce. So we need to cook our mushrooms just like we would do with a steak. So a nice hot pan, I'll add some extra virgin olive oil, a good splash, 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, along with some butter. Now I'll only use half of this butter for now because I want the rest for the sauce later. And I like to add butter and oil together so the butter doesn't burn. If I just add butter, it'll burn too quickly. So you add them together and then we'll allow that to melt and we can add our mushrooms. Now these are gorgeous field mushrooms and you can tell that the mushroom is really fresh. It's firm, not too spongy. We'll pop them straight in that hot oil and butter. And we're going to cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. I still want them to have a slight firmness. I don't want to completely cook them so they shrink too much. We want them to sit up nice and proudly. So I do want to add some of this butter to the inside of it, so where the gills are in the mushroom. So all you have to do is just lean your pan over like this, grab a spoon and add that melted butter to the inside of the mushrooms. And that gorgeous butter flavour is going to go into the mushrooms and already start cooking it on the other side. I'll also add a pinch of salt at this stage too. While they're cooking, we can prepare the sauce. So there is a few varieties of peppercorns in here. I've got green peppercorns in brine. They're sweet, they're mild in flavour, they're warm. And so you can see I've been quite generous with them. I've also crushed them in a mortar and pestle so we get as much flavour out of them as possible. And some black peppercorns I've also crushed so it's slightly coarse. I don't want it to be too fine. Okay, I'll also get some shallots ready. So French shallots, they're sweet and delicate. And I'm just going to finely slice them while my mushrooms finish off cooking. Right, these mushrooms are smelling great, so we're going to turn them over. See, we've got that lovely charred colour. That's what we're after. And because that pan is so hot, you just need to turn them over and just give them a few moments. That's all it needs. They're quite delicate at this stage, so just carefully take them out. And now we can make our sauce. So in with our shallots. And we do want to get some colour on these shallots because it's going to help colour our sauce and get that nice deep golden creamy colour at the end. So we'll give that a shake. I'll also add the rest of the butter. Now it looks like a lot of butter, but the French in me loves a lot of butter. So 2 big knobs of butter for this. And we'll just let that cook down and caramelise those onions. So green peppercorns go in first. Grab a spoon. In they go. Along with a sprinkle of the black peppercorns. Give that a stir. Oh, that smells so good. A little thyme, some fresh thyme. I'll just pick that straight into there. Just some of those leaves. Oh, and that smells so good. Now for some brandy. Very classic for this. So a splash, in it goes. And we'll just allow that alcohol to cook off. Now I want to give this some extra savouriness, and I'm going to get that with good old soy sauce. So you just need the smallest amount, and it really works, trust me on this. And we can add some stock. So I've got some chicken stock. If you want to make this 100% vegetarian, of course, just use veggie stock. It works a treat too. And you see all these juices on the plate, all these mushroom juices. That's flavour. So in it goes, and we'll just mix that one more time. Okay, so you can see that that's reduced, and to thicken it, we add some cream. So good splash of cream. We're just going to mix that through, and we want to just allow that to simmer for a moment. You know this sauce is ready when it coats the back of the spoon. Fantastic. Okay, to plate up, I'm going to serve 2 of these hearty mushrooms. Just like that. And if you're going to have a big peppery sauce like this, you need lots of chippies. So I have deep fried some chippies. We'll pop that on the side. And we need some greens, so just some lettuce leaves. I've just got some rocket And the main attraction, this gorgeous sauce, I'm just going to pour over the mushrooms. Oh, look at that. See how it just coats it? Oh, this is a hearty vegetarian-style dish. And to go with these mushrooms and to go with the pepper sauce, I've chosen a beautiful Barossa gravel track Shiraz. Now, this Shiraz is fantastic. I almost like to say that this is my everyday Shiraz. It's got notes of black peppercorn. It's slightly spicy, so naturally it's going to go with this gorgeous dish. I'm going to crack the bottle open, pour myself a glass. This style of Shiraz goes beautifully with red meat like a steak, but this is just to demonstrate how well this wine also goes with meaty vegetarian dishes like these mushrooms with peppercorn sauce.